Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. We are starting Act 2. And it's the next morning. It's a tough day, by the way. I recall what a perfect night last night was. So much so that I can't stop thinking about it. It's probably not the most appropriate time to reminisce, since I have a test first period. It's so unfair. How can they do this? They hold a festival that is the culmination of what has to be at least a few weeks worth of work on Sunday, and then follow up with exams, starting the very next morning. Yeah, that's a very terrible move. It's got to be some kind of sick joke. Yeah. It definitely would mess up with my idea of studying in last minute. At least at some point. At some point I really was studying just like that. I think I stopped at university, where I actually did read my notes almost every single day. I'm not too worried about it, but I wonder if they really couldn't have held off on this for at least another week. Well, at least the weather this morning is nice enough that I can study outside before class. It's a lot more refreshing out here than it would be in the classroom, not to mention with how quiet it is. I'm starting to think that everyone else will be sleeping in pretty late today. I've never actually studied. I've never actually studied outside. I put down notes I'm reviewing for a second and stare out at the school grounds, still littered with festival stalls. Looking at them now in the daytime, without paper lanterns or crowds of people to draw my attention away from them, I noticed something peculiar. A lot of these stalls that Shizune, Misha and I visited last night also happened to be ones that we worked on. That's cute. Did Shizune come up with this? It had to be intentional, especially knowing her. Did she hope that I could catch on and see the fruit of our labors? I hear footsteps crunching the grass behind me and turn around. I feel slightly paranoid, but all I find is Shizune standing there with an innocuous look on her face. Good morning. Why do I keep forgetting that she can't hear me? It's probably because I've gotten so used to Misha translating for both of us that I haven't actually run into many situations where I forced to acknowledge Shizune's deafness and the problems that could stem from it. I think yesterday was the first. I give her away anyway. I can do at least this much, but I'm not even going to pretend for a minute that I could hold up a conversation with her, considering my ignorance of sign language. You are there for a week? Dude, you can't learn that in a week. Even though you didn't even try yet, so yeah. Haven't even tried yet. Damn it. Would be rude to just go back to my notes. I don't really know what else I could do. Where's Misha? Yeah, you will hear the answer. No, just because I can understand you. You two are always together anyway, so I'm not used to seeing you apart. What? Write this to her. You have freaking piece of paper with you. I know it's silly, but for some reason talking to her makes me feel less awkward. Well, it doesn't make me feel less awkward, man. You know? Surprisingly, she doesn't get mad at all. She starts signing, but it's different than usual. Shuzen's hands move more slowly. Slower. And the gestures are simpler. I just had to. I quickly realized that this isn't sign language at all, but she's still attempting to communicate with me. So, is this the sign language equivalent of breaking it down to layman's terms? I'm terrified that I attempt to gesticulate back. I just look like a total dumbass. The look on Shuzu's face tells me that she's starting to think that trying to have any kind of Back and forth like this is not exactly the best way to accomplish things. There has to be a better way. If only I had some piece of paper with me. Writing on a pad? Well, I do have paper and pencil. What else for? Cell phones? I don't really have much use for mine here. So I barely carry it around. And I know Shizune even has one. How do you not carry your phone still? I also don't use it that often. Sure. But I always carry it with me. She takes the initiative, holding up a finger to ask for a pause before pulling out a pad and pen from her bag and writing a single word on it. Hello! I stare blankly at her and receive a similar but somehow more admitted staring response. She nudges the pad in my direction forcefully, clearly wanting me to reply. Good morning. Shizune beams with a disproportionate amount of happiness. She starts twirling her pen triumphantly as she thinks about where to go from there. Oh, come on, it's not like we just invented fire. It kinda is for. Shizune pushes up her glasses currently as she had heard me, and then starts writing at a furious pace. Use the notepad. I'm confused. Am I supposed to take it from her and write okay now? Scene. This is about the furthest thing I could imagine from a smooth, flowing conversation. It makes me envy the ease with which Misha is able to communicate with Shizune. Are you studying for the test? I'm pretty sure I can get away with answering simply yes or no questions like this with nods. You are very early. Most people sleep in late afternoon the festival. That means you are abnormal. Yeah. Is that so? You are here too. Before handing the response back to her, I remember what I noticed earlier, and that. Yesterday was fun. I noticed today that I built a lot of stalls went to. Maybe that's why they were so familiar. Was this another aim? Shakes her head from side to side indignantly. No tricks. Well, I thought that because you had made those stalls, they were the most important ones. We had to visit them because everyone should be able to appreciate the fruit of their labors. I wanted to be able to see and enjoy what you had done. You guys should get phones, actually. I mean, if you are writing this by hand, oh. I'm sort of touched. Still, I have to wonder why you should go so out of her way. And I ask, as much, in my response, why am I yelling so much again? Because you were depressed. Huh? I would say that I was depressed for days, but stop. It's true. I'm smoking quite a bit and not being too subtle about it half the time either. So it's possible that she knew everything. Was everything she did just to cheer me up then? Thanks. I mumbled before I can catch myself, but Shizune doesn't seem to care. I write it down instead and she notes once, as if unused to it. The silence between us grows more vast. Yeah, I wonder why. With each passing second, and there is nothing I can do to break it. Having to write everything down paper kind of destroys any hope of trying to be casual. Not really. Good luck on exam. I don't need luck. Shizune pushes the pad right in front of my eyes, breaking my concentration, taking the initiative again as always. As she walks into the school building, I can't help feeling a little sad. That felt like the longest 20 minutes of my life. I mean, yeah, you were writing by hand, so... Oh my god! Oh, sorry. And all because it's so alien to me to have to face-to-face conversation with someone by talking notes, by pasting notes to each other that I can't help coming up blank most of the time. It makes you want to learn sign language. Yeah, I mean, Didn't that idea occur earlier? That's easier said than done. That's definitely true. Now I'm actually a little curious. Sign language. Let's say how much time? 60 to 90 hours. But then again, ain't it... The sign language, ain't it kind of different for each country as well? That's kind of nuts, by the way. Okay, the whole fist is A. B. C. Okay, C is like C literally. D is like one finger up. Oh boy, it's different. Oh shit. Wait, A is like this. Like with the thumb up. Because E is like this. What the heck? F is like... What's that? Okay, it's a blurry picture, so I don't really see properly, but yeah. Okay, 0. 0 makes sense, you know. 1, 2, 3. No, wait. 1, 2, 3? Seriously? 4. Wait, what? Why like this? 0, 1, 2. Why is it 3 here? And then you, for 4, get rid of the thumb. Then it will be easier the way I started. 3, 4, and then 5. And 6, you do something with finger. There, no. I mean, I think it would be possible to learn the alphabet at least. I don't think I would be able to learn this, to be honest. I mean, maybe I would, but it would take probably more than 60 or 290 hours. Anyway, the only person who I can think of to ask at the moment is Misha. How badly I want to know this. There is 2 options. Wait until after class or go look for her now. I guess I will go now, but I'm not certain where she is. My best bet would be to start searching for her in the girls' dorm. After all, if she was with Shizune, that's probably the only place where she would be. Oh, that's nice! Rin did a good job. A guy casually prowling around the girls' dorm early in the morning is unacceptable. But asking me about sign language class in front of Shizune would be just unthinkable. She has to come to school sometime. After all, we're in the same class, so she too has to take this test. Wait, it's been 9 years, like 9 years, correct? Am I correct? Yeah, I'm correct. Because this was the 9th anniversary, apparently. So 2012-ish? I don't know, I mean, considering where this was started writing as well. The game itself, the story. But, maybe we could assume that there was a possibility to have the, let's say, portable computers already? I mean, given it was Japan, maybe? I'm not sure. I would assume yes. So, if it's a school, you probably would have Wi-Fi as well. You could get some teaching from the net as well, right? You have library as well, so maybe from there. If I wait here, I'll be sure to see her sooner or later. I just hope she doesn't walk past me while I'm flipping through my notes. It turns out to be a pretty long wait. As students file into the school, I wonder if Misha is going to be late. Eventually I catch sight of her. While she bounced across the grounds, it hits me that I'd have to be blind to miss her with her incredibly distinctive hair. Hi Hit-chan! Good morning! Morning. I don't have a lot of time left before class starts. So I cut directly to the case. Hey. Can I ask you a question?
A question. Okay, Hichan. Sure. I have time, but only because I'm late.
What? How do you have time if you're... what does that even mean?
I should have woken up earlier, but I was so tired. If I had, I would have to study, but since I didn't, it won't hurt. What is the Hichan?
Well, there are sign language classes here, right? There are Then why don't you go to them?
Yep, they are electives. Why do you want to know, Hichan?
For some reason, that question briefly makes me panic. No reason. Exactly, no reason. It sounds interesting, but I guess it's late to sign up now, right? I'm not exactly being too subtle here, but Misha never seems to pick up on things like this anyway, so I'm probably being more cautious than is necessary.
Well, Hichan, I've heard there are fewer and fewer students taking sign language every year, so if you want to, I'm sure they will let you in. Are you thinking of learning sign language, Hichan?
Yeah.
If you learn sign language, Hichan, that would make Hichan really happy. If you want me, we can go to the teacher's office after school. They'll probably let you in.
That would be great, Don't tell Shizune that I want to learn it though.
Why not?
So it can be a surprise. Besides, it will look bad if you tell her things like this morning, and then I found out in the afternoon that I can't stay the classes.
Oh, you're right, Hichan. Still, this will be hard. It's such good news.
I'm in the student council, so I might as well try learning it. Even with just basics, it will be a step up from nothing. Besides, Shizune and I can't keep relying everything through as if you were a phone or something, right? Well, I learned a little bit, I guess. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hahaha. I don't know how to do the 6. It was something weird on that picture. Yeah, it's not like I couldn't do that already, right?
You're right, Hichan.
The bell rings to signal the start of the first period, cutting our conversation short. I guess I'll just ask a teacher for after classes are through. Her reaction was a little strange, but I forget about it as the day goes on. That's too early for an intermission. Yo. 10 more minutes. Oh, but this might turn into a lengthy episode then. The bell rings and teacher at the front of the room gestures the classes are over for the day. Is it weird that I would actually like a VN that is set in school, but in which you actually have to take care of the tests? I don't know why, really. I hated tests, but I feel like in games it would be easy. Although getting this class was surprisingly easy, it's only been a few days and I'm still not used to the experience. The actual signing is easier to pick up than I expected, but most of my classmates are hard of hearing. On top of that, the teacher favors immersion. I haven't heard her speak since I asked if I could take the class. It's an alien concept and really unnerving. Yeah. I actually had that in high school. And, you know, yeah, keep talking English. I will not answer in English. I don't know why. But yeah, that's how it was more or less. It just didn't feel like, you know, learning anything really. Because it was still about what you have in a book, right? So, who cares? But, you know, for example, if you have the exercise ABC. Yo, I say, okay, I will say the answer is A in my language, and she's like, no, say it in English. It's one letter. Everyone knows how it sounds in English. What's the point? Yeah. I do not understand it. I mean, that was weird. And then I absolutely nailed the speaking exam at the end of high school. With the best results. Well, at least in my class, okay? That's right. Even though I did not care about talking during lessons. No! The return of the painting! No! No, it was such a good streak without it. The moment I step out of the classroom, I hear a familiar laugh explode through the air a short distance to my left.
Hichan!
Misha's not in my sign language class, so this is the first time I've seen her in this context. I still don't know whether her not being in my class is good or bad. Actually, is she in any of the signing classes? It would be more interesting with her in it, but the potential for awkward situation would increase drastically. What do you mean? Hi.
It's a surprise to see you here, Hichan. Ah, that's right. You're taking sign language, aren't you? Right? What do you think of it so far, Hichan?
It's not easy to learn a new language. But I think I'm getting the hang of it, despite how different it is from other languages. It's still easier than English. What? Okay, I wouldn't know. But I'm not so sure. Is it?
Really, Hichan? I agree.
I'm not sure. I don't know really. I was just joking, but she's apparently totally serious. I wonder how Misha can effortlessly translate things to me while simultaneously having a conversation with Shizune in a different language like she does. Until now, I've taken for granted how amazing it is. Someone bumps my shoulder and apologies, it's getting kind of crowded here. What with it being the end of the day and all. Yeah, I think we should talk somewhere else instead of a hallway. Let's go to the roof or something.
Okay.
They decided to continue talking on the way. He surprised me quite enough to carry on a conversation while doing so. It still takes me some time to get used to having to look at the teacher constantly. I guess I took all those years of simply listening to the lectures while I doodled for granted. Yeah. It makes taking notes a lot more difficult too. The introductory class is small, and I'm already behind. I guess I have a lot of stuff to do. That sound. Yeah, this is much better! I turn to look back at Misha and see her staring at me with her hands on her hips and her cheeks puffed outwards.
Hichan, you're behind. That's not good at all.
I started the class a week later than everyone else. It's not bad. Just a week. Just a week.
Okay, Hichan. Let's review what you learned then. I'll tutor you, okay?
This is the first time I've heard "I'll tutor you" used outside of dirty movies. What? Really? I'm not nearly as turned on as I'd expected. Wow. I don't know if I need a tutor yet. She looks more disappointed than usual. It makes me feel awkward to see her making that kind of face.
I would be a sign language teacher, Hichan, but it would be really great if I could try to read someone in it first. You need for a little while, the experience would be valuable.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true. I know you want to be a sign language teacher. It's hard to believe she's intentionally trying to make me feel guilty because she's very good at it. I mean, hey. Sign language teacher. Salary. Let's see. Whoa. I mean, it depends on area, I guess, as well, right? But from $45,000 to $60,000. Solid, not gonna lie. But you definitely won't earn that much in Poland. Remember, you don't need to remember that, but last time I checked, it would be for Polish currency times 3.75. Let's say times 4, right? So you get those 60,000, let's say maximum. 240,000. Supposedly. You would definitely not get that. I think you would probably... I mean, it's guessing right now, but you'd probably go with 60,000, but in Polish currency. So basically 4 times less. That would be more or less probably accurate, if anything. If not even less. This country sucks, man. Okay. Still, it makes sense. She's very good at sign language already from what I've seen. And certainly has the voice for dealing with the hearing impaired. I never saw her as the teaching type for. What do you mean? Actually, I would disagree. Most teachers suck. She actually has the personality that would probably work with it very well. Because she's super enthusiastic about stuff. And unfortunately, most teachers aren't. I would say of all people, I've had one, not teacher, but professor actually, at university that was like that, and those were the best classes ever. Too bad that only for 1 semester, physics, and we didn't have any more of it.
Is the reason why you want to go to the school, Hit-chan? It's all...
Wait, what? Wait, are you here just because of that?
It's also really expensive to attend here, you know? Because I want to be a sign language teacher, I have reduced tuition fees. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd be able to keep going here.
Wow. Okay. And I was only thinking she's something maybe with hyperactivity and so on, but it turns out like this. Oh. I see. It's not that I think you would be bad at tutoring, it's just that I know if I need it just yet.
You're right, Hichan. You're smart.
No, I'm not. No, he's not actually as well. Well, no, that just makes me sound arrogant. Alright, please tutor me.
Really? Okay. Yeah, thanks, Hichan. I'll do my best. Let's start right now.
Too soon.
I miss Hichan.
Didn't you last see her in the morning?
But it's hard to talk her in the class, Hichan. There is no student council today either.
Well, there have been exams all week. It'd be kind of mad if there was still student council. I'd be glad when they are over.
Well, it's back. You're not going to skip out, right, Hichan?
Of course. I'm in it after all. Don't worry. I'm not going to just suddenly stop showing up. I promise. It's a promise. Bishop paused for a second, not looking very convinced.
Hichan takes the student council very seriously. Hichan, now that you've joined, she works harder than before since she wants to make a good impression. Some other people joined at first, but they stopped coming soon after. She then tried to get more people interested in the student council, but wasn't successful. Even when someone would join, they'd stop coming eventually. They'd make excuses and just put it off more and more till they stopped coming altogether. However, I believe that you really made it, Hichan. Nice.
My eyes stay focused on her hands, tilting and moving almost of their own free will, softly sighing of she's saying to herself as she speaks.
When you said you would join, she was really happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's as I said, if it was signing for each letter, that would be madness. There's gotta be signs for each word as well, right? Damn. I wouldn't be able to learn it. Just I was not able to learn at all the written language of Japanese. Unfortunately. I mean, I tried, but I don't remember any of those signs. None at all. So, if anything, I probably could just learn the spoken one. But that would mean memorizing the A lot. Then again, that's how I basically began, more or less, English, and at some point German. From German I don't remember anything as well. Well, maybe some basics, but yeah, not much. I wouldn't be able to hold a conversation, really.
Shi-chan thinks you're interesting, Ki-chan. An uninteresting person won't have the drive needed to join. Even if they do, a person that is interesting will quit soon after.
That isn't interested, probably, but okay.
That's what Shi-chan said. So it's my duty to make sure keep going.
I still think what you meant is interested. But, is that why you want to tutor me? You're kind of sneaky. Foxy. Kind of.
Really, John? That's the first time anyone has said that about me.
There is no chance that I would avoid student council work now. Thinking back over the past few days, I've started to realize that the only reason I joined in the first place was because of Shizune. What about Nisha? Yo! Her competitiveness and force of will are alluring. I honestly don't find them alluring so far. I don't know, maybe we'll change mine, but so far not really. I can't tell Misha that far.
Okay, Hichan, let's review what you learned in class today.
You don't even know what I learned in class today.
Huh, you're right, Hichan. Okay, let's start with the basics then. I'll just teach you everything from the beginning.
You're kidding, right?
Huh?
You're serious? That's like days of lessons that we're not even learning on the same level.
It's like riding a bike, Hichan. You never forget the basics. I know how to ride a bike for.
Okay, I mean, understandable. Oh no.
Right. I want to be a teacher one day, so of course I know what I'm doing. Okay. We're starting.
I've actually learned how to ride a bike on my own. Because, wait, who was... Yeah, I was learning first with my father. And I couldn't stand it. I was like, leave me alone. I've got this. And I've got eventually, so yeah. She looks like she's trying very hard, so this could be bad. Well, learning a language is vastly different from teaching it, and the first step is usually the hardest part. Honestly, I couldn't do any better. Still.
Sign language was formally introduced in the 18th century by a Frenchman named, whose name I can't pronounce, and he started the first public school for the deaf in 1753, but the unwritten history of language is said to be...
Okay, let's see. Sign language history. Let's see if that's true. Wikipedia, of course. Visual model history. One of the earliest written records is from the 5th century before Christ. Okay, until 19th century, most of what is known as sign language is limited to the manual alphabets. Okay, Pedro Pons de Leon said to have developed first one. 1512, 1520, 1584. I think she's speaking of Charles Michel Lepe, whatever. I mean, it's France, 18th century, yes. Charles Michel Lepe. Not that terrible, I guess. Published manual alphabet in the 18th century, which has survived largely unchanged in France and North America until the present time. Wait. So is this sign language the same for each country actually? I mean, that would be a good thing. Okay, sign languages generally do not have any linguistic relations with spoken languages of the lands in which they arise. That's nice. The correlation between sign and spoken language is complex and varies depending on the country more than the spoken language. Okay. For example, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and the US all have English as their nominal language, but American Sign Language used in the US and English-speaking Canada is derived from French one. Whereas the other three countries use varieties of British, Australian, and New Zealand. Okay, so it's probably similar but different still. Similarly, the sign languages of Spain and Mexico are very different, despite Spanish being the nation language in each country. And the sign language used in Bolivia is used on ASL rather than any sign language that used in any response. Variation also arises within a national sign language which don't necessarily correspond. Okay. So it's similar but different. Different but similar. Okay.
I don't really know where to start. Sorry, well, what better place to start than the history of sign language, right? Right? No, wait, maybe the alphabet. Okay, the alphabet is then. Okay, Hichan, this is pretty basic stuff. Although some people think that this is all of signing and forget there are all kinds of specific gestures and words. If we can't really get anywhere else, we have the basics. This is A. Do you see it now? Now you try.
I have to open sign language. Sign language alphabet. Yeah, I just literally wrote alphabet. Let's go. Some good picture, please. And we'll be signing. Okay, so it's like this. Like the thumb has to go up. I don't know why. It's like okay, this okay. A. Cool. I will forget it. I already know this one. I humor her anyway. Like tick.
Yes, that's it.
Now this is B. This is B. Then this is Star Trek sign. Okay, I okay, B and C is like this. You have to. Do you have to keep your fingers together? I can't actually get them properly together. It's nuts. Okay. Misha makes one symbol of each hand without specifying which is which.
And now.
Oh boy. D? Okay, this one is the easiest one, I think.
D. E. F.
Wait.
G. H. E.
I mean, I. Wait. What's this about? What the? Wait. I don't. What? Like. Oh, you make the motion for J. Okay, I get it. Okay. K is peace sign and. Okay. L. Okay, M is something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like this? N is something like this. Wait, O is this there it was already M? Okay, O is oh, okay, with M you hide the thumb. With O the thumb goes out. Okay. What the heck? Okay, the P is ridiculous. What? How do you even? I'm not sure how to do the P. Sorry. Like, This thing, I don't know how to do it. No, oh, sure, sorry. Q. Q is something like crossing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, for R, something like that. Okay, S is literally fist with the thumb over here. T is something like that. U is, oh boy, that will be hard. Something like this. V is for victory, okay. W is 3 fingers, okay. Actually, some of the signs you naturally do, like 3 fingers, and I actually do that as it's set in the picture, surprisingly enough. X, okay, X is pretty weird. No, that's the... Wait, no, it goes... This goes like, okay, something like this. Y is the surfer sign. And Z you do... Okay, I think with this and you go... Literally Z, you have to make the Z, okay. I will not remember any of that, but hey, it's nice to at least try. Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah.
Do you think Shizune wants to do some student council work today anyway? We could go.
Of course not, Hichan. Come on now, do it again. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, your turn.
So there's really no student council work that needs doing or anything like that?
What are you talking about, Hichan? Come on, sign, sign.
Like this?
No, like this.
Like...
This.
Uh-huh.
I wish that was here. This would be so much easier for her. That's how sign language is taught most of the time. Anyway, with 2 instructors. Do you know that, Hichan?
No. I let my brain run through what this would be like if Shizune were here.
Hichan, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
She just says that sign language is different from any other because you have to think about everything before you say it. That means every word has more weight, Hichan. Every single one is more important than normal. So, pay attention, please.
She continues her basic rundown of the basics of sign language. Eventually starts talking about stuff I start to recognize. In the end, I'm impressed. It took a bit of stumbling to get there, but as a teacher, she's pretty good when she's serious. After a while, I start to notice that it's getting late, so I thank Misha, bid her goodbye, and go back to my dorm. I learned a lot today! So it's time to end the episode. I have no idea what might be the sign for something like this to be said. But for now, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow. Apparently we'll be awoken in the next episode right off the bat. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.